Hello and welcome. I am Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to make your own sour cream and cream cheese. This is so important to understand because the ingredients you may already have on hand, and actually it's only one ingredient, which makes it very simple. But knowing how to do this, you feel like you are more confident in the kitchen, which is my goal to help you, and you recognize that I can do this, and anytime I'm out of cream cheese or I'm out of sour cream, I can make my own. And that's the value of understanding, number one, God's recipe for excellent health, and number two, being confident in the kitchen means you can do this. You can take charge of your health for you and your family. So thanks for letting me join you today. I am Annette Reeder, and I enjoy sharing with you God's recipe for excellent health, which starts with the number one ingredient: God loves you. Now, if you already have a couple of my books, I have the Healthy Treasures Cookbook. In the front of this cookbook, I teach you about ingredients and what to look for in the store, what to have in stock in your home. But in many of the recipes, I will say a yogurt cheese. Well, a yogurt cheese is basically a sour cream or a cream cheese, depending on what texture you want to have in your recipe. And I teach you in the front how to do this, although sometimes the words are just words, and sometimes we just need a video to show us how to do it. So I do talk about it here in the Healthy Treasures Cookbook. I also talk about the health benefits of yogurt, calcium, magnesium, how to have healthy bones, how to have healthy hormones, how to have healthy kids, how to have a healthy home, and all of that in the Treasures of Health Nutrition Manual. So this book is kind of an encyclopedia where you can read it by topic, or you can read it from front to back as a typical book because the information consistently builds on each other and each topic builds on the next, but it's definitely can be a resource or a good read. So the Treasures of Health Nutrition Manual is going to teach you about the calcium benefits of yogurt and also how to find a good yogurt in the store. I've done videos on how to find a good yogurt, but today let's take that another step further and make our own sour cream and cream cheese. Now, I have taught this so many times, I almost assumed you knew it because I've taught this so many times when I was doing the Treasures of Healthy Living Bible study in churches. And I would always use my Danvier cheese maker. And I'll show you the box cover for that because this is just simple and easy. So today I'm going to show you how to use this, but I'm also going to show you, if you don't have it, how you could do it with just a cheesecloth or a very nice kitchen towel. And so I picked up something there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some yogurt. And what I'm going to use here today is just some basic whole fat yogurt. And I'm just going to put it into my cheesecloth. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the entire container. And I'm not really promoting any certain brand. The brand I'd love to promote is that you make your own yogurt. And we'll cover that on other videos. Okay, so there, I'm just going to put my yogurt. I'm using a whole fat yogurt, and I definitely want no sweetener in the yogurt. So we don't want our cream cheese to have a flavor of vanilla or other ingredients. And we don't want our cream cheese or sour cream to have those flavors. So unflavored. Now, I've taught you many times, I don't want you buying flavored yogurts anyway. I want you to do the flavoring, and I want you to do the adding in, and not mankind or manufacturers. So what we're going to do is, once we have put it in our bowl, we're going to go ahead and just wrap it up with our cheesecloth. These are just organic flour towels that you can buy on different resources. You can pick them up at Amazon. I'll put a link to it down below. And that's all we're going to do, is we're just going to let this sit in the refrigerator for 12 to 24 hours. So this is one way we're going to do it. Now, this way is my favorite because it's all in one piece. So let me get some more yogurt. And this time, what we have here is we have a mesh lining. and we have kind of a container to capture the whey. So what happens is, and you've seen this happen all the time with your yogurt, you'll see that when you haven't been in your yogurt for a couple days, it starts to separate. Now you may think, if you're not very familiar with yogurt, that that's not good. But really you could just stir that back together and make your yogurt nice and creamy. But what we're going to do today is we want that separation. We want to separate the curds and the whey. Now let me just ask you, put in the comments down below, what biblical story do you remember that talks about the curds and the whey? Not nursery rhyme. I'm talking biblical story that talks about pretty much a yogurt base. Does anybody remember the story of Abraham and feeding the angels that came to visit? Yeah, very good story. So when you're eating yogurt at the table, go back and read that story with your family to remind them of all the different foods that God has given us. So this actually comes with its own lid, which is why it's just all in one. It's so easy to use and it's not very expensive. I bought this about, oh my, it's been a long time. Bought this when I first started teaching the treasures class. So I've had it a good 15 years. Boy, time goes by fast. Now, what's going to happen is it's going to totally separate. So when I'm ready, I will just pull this out, and in the bottom will be the whey, and this will be my curds or my sour cream. Now, I said 12 to 24 hours because after 12 hours, you will have strained off enough. I'll put this in the refrigerator. You will have strained off enough to have sour cream. Sour cream, cream cheese, the only difference is how much whey is in it. So we're going to put these two in the refrigerator. Now, I already made a batch of sour cream. I strained this for 12 hours, and you can see I have some very creamy sour cream. So I can use this in any of my recipes. We could put it on some baked potatoes. I could make a dressing with it. I could do so much with the sour cream. I don't need to tell you how to use your sour cream because you already have a lot of reasons and a lot of ways to use your sour cream. Once I have taken it and separated it from the whey that's strained off, I put it in a container that's very tightly sealed and keep this in the refrigerator. And it should be good for 1-2 weeks, if not more. So that's my sour cream. Now I wanted to share with you one more tip on straining your yogurt. If you're going to use a tea towel or a flour towel or a flour cloth, you might want to also put it in a strainer. So set your strainer inside the bowl, and then you can already see how much whey has already drained off. It's been about 4 hours since I put it in here when I showed you that. And I just wanted to remind you, so a strainer will help. It will keep the cheese out of the liquid so that when you're ready to make the cream cheese or the sour cream, it'll already be well strained. Now, once you have it strained the way you want it, if you want to make a block of cream cheese, you would just go ahead and find a nice kind of a block size container, and then go ahead and just put your cream cheese in there, your yogurt cheese, and then just spread it out nice and smooth. You would then just cover it up, pat it down, nice and smooth. And you could even let this sit just a little bit in the refrigerator, maybe an hour, so that it sets really well. And the towel is going to keep it nice and fresh while it's in the refrigerator, so you don't need to cover it up anymore. Let that sit, and then you'll be ready to flip that onto a plate and make a great hors d'oeuvre. So what we're also going to do now, let me just go ahead and use this batch. I'm going to open that up. I'm not going to flip it onto a plate. Instead, we have such terrific cream cheese here. So we're going to go ahead and use this plate that I got from Israel. Be watching our website because the people that I normally do tours with are begging me, Annette, it's time to go. So we might be hosting an Israel trip, a tour, maybe in 2022, depending on the situation around the world. So then we can just go ahead and scoop our cream cheese there in the center of our beautiful plate. They have the greatest pottery there in Israel. I just love it. And then we could sprinkle some of our crackers around, and we have the perfect hors d'oeuvre for our family. Plus, we know that it's a really healthy cream cheese because it's still got all those probiotics in it. We haven't heated it up at all, so we've maintained the integrity of the probiotics. and we know we're serving our family the very best food possible. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It is so easy. I will say the Dambier container is my easiest way to do this, my favorite way, because it's all contained in one container and I don't have to use the towels and all of that. Very easy to clean up. I started this video with you a couple hours ago and you can already see all of the whey that is in the bottom of this container. So we are almost at a sour cream consistency, and by tomorrow morning we will definitely have a very rich tasting cream cheese. So remember, this is about being confident in the kitchen. And the more I can help you be confident in the kitchen, the more I know you're gonna say, I've got this. I know that I can treat my family well, I can feed my family well, and we can gain our health back. Plus, knowing other resources, like I don't have to go out and buy cream cheese, I don't have to buy sour cream, I can make my own. I just need one ingredient. I need some yogurt. And then I need a few tools to make it happen. This is totally my favorite tool rather than the towels. Towels are okay, they work. Make sure you get organic towels to do it. And yes, the towels could be used for other purposes, but definitely some organic towels for that purpose. And serve your family, enjoy serving your family healthy foods. It just gives me that confidence, I've already said that, but just gives me that peace of mind, knowing that I'm doing the best I can with what I serve my family. I am totally going to flavor this up. For the holidays, make a little bit of it a savory flavor, throw in some herbs and some spices, and I'm not sure what all. Garlic, definitely garlic, and some fresh green onions or some shallots. Or I can make it a sweet with some cinnamon, some vanilla, and maybe a few other, maybe a little touch of nutmeg. That would be a delicious treat as well. Maybe a little bit of honey as well. Totally can do this up myself, save myself a lot of money than buying those from the store. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I definitely have enjoyed doing this. I used to teach this live in the classes when I would travel around the country teaching the Treasures of Healthy Living Bible Study. So if you're thinking about teaching that class, then we're going to give you all kinds of tips on what to teach each week, what to show your participants, how they can cook healthier. We're going to give you all of that. Be watching for those emails to come out and that announcement when we go live with our Biblical Wellness Ministry. Going to give you all of the tools you need to teach this in your own church or with your own group. Incredible stuff coming soon. Stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you're subscribed to our email list by grabbing the 7 Steps to Amazing Biblical Health. Remember, I'm here because you matter. God loves you, and so do I. Thanks for watching.